Greetings, dark friends. In the magic user world, where all sorts of odd terror and weird mischief happens, it's best you have protections from those who wish to do you harm. And more often than not, that harm most likely consists of bodily dismemberment, being eaten alive, emotional damage, or
The walls will ooze green slime! Oh, wait, they always do that.
that's where Noi comes in. The Yin family's number one healer, number one best girl, number one all around truck that will knock you the Like a fine wine, Noi is aged 24 years, stands at a whopping 6'10", and weighs about 272 pounds of solid goodness.
Perhaps a hard spanking is in order. Too hard!
Her journey to the lioness that we all know and love would actually begin with N. N happens to be her cousin and overall boss, who, since childhood, used her abilities to get ahead throughout the magic world. He committed terrible acts and hatched harebrained schemes for his many businesses and scams, with Noi tagging right along with him as muscle and support. Now, it is a known fact that Noi thinks of N as the worst and has no real respect for him as a person, let alone as a family member. But circumstances arose, and here we are. And when your cousin has his charisma setting set to max with scoundrel and finesse rounding out the skill tree, then you might as well ride the wave of success along with him, especially in the magic user world. Through her time with N, Noi would eventually run into Dustin, who, for all intents and purposes, is Noi's mentor and devil trainer for the devil exam. Now, Dustin has trained many magic users in the past, but unlike those past pupils, Noi didn't die a horrible death by giant bats, commit suicide, or Dustin didn't accidentally kill her. I mean, one could say she's the cause of Noi's outgoing personality is due to her heavy training with Dustin. Because she wore the devil armor on a daily basis and began to undergo the effects of devil transformation, her personality was warped, which made her similar to the pure devils, who are very carefree, very violent, and very spoiled. Like big ass children. Seriously, all the devils might as well be giant fourth graders with magnifying glasses over an anthill. And they're just laughing with shit on their fingers. Now with Dustin, Noi was able to gain tons of experience as a devil in training, and was able to play with him and do silly things like random dancing, which made Dustin and her very happy. Noi's fate would change once again at one of N's restaurants known as Flower Smoke, where she would run into Shen. And you can see my past Shen videos to know how that turned out. But this encounter is definitely the most important, because it would change her future forever. Shen and Noi's first fight started on a specific set of circumstances. Because Shen stole from N's shop and she chased him down, he proposed they have a magic fight, equal and fair, and to also see her true powers. Thus, she healed his arms, revealing that she had healing magic. Shen then took advantage of her healing him and stabbed her in the back of the head with his hammer, allowing him to get away. But he promised to make it up to her in the future, since she saved his arms. When Noi and Shen met again, he was now an official cleaner for N. That rhymed. Anyway, They became good friends, and he gave her a reason to tolerate N's goofy-ass face a little while longer. It's the only life she ever really knew, so with Shen, a little color was added back. Thank the gods for your friends, I say. Her greatest sacrifice would then come, as we know, when her and Shen run into our local haters, Baku and Yaku. Their fight would end with Shen and Noi on top, but Baku's severed head seeking to deliver a desperate final blow by shooting out a smoke attack in her direction. And Shen, keeping his promise, would take the final hit, paying it forward after their previous encounter. Now, during their travels together, Noi was in her final stages of the devil exam, and the only thing she needed to do was not use her powers. Thus, here is where she would have to make a dire decision. Let her new best friend die, who she'd grown so fond of, or give up her devil training and save him. In a quick decision, Noi gave up her devil powers and healed her friend. Her powers would then be relinquished, but because she was exposed to ultimate power for so long, she kept aspects of her devilhood, such as the red eyes and childlike personality. And although she relinquished her devildom, she and Dustin still remained great friends and enjoy each other's company from time to time. So although she gave up her ultimate power, because she had a heart of gold, she gained a new friend and was able to still party with one of her favorite devils, Dustin. Now let's move on to what kind of magic makes those muscles tick by rolling out my favorite chalkboard of despair. Now in the magic user world, various abilities are harnessed from person to person. Healing, though, is quite rare, and virtually only Noi has it. She can even heal herself without the use of smoke, which makes her extremely tough to kill. And by tough to kill, I mean you can't fucking stop her. She's pretty much like the Terminator, except sexier. Now when it comes to the long cast of characters in this world, Noi is one in a million. She is the rule and the exception. She is the mountain and the ocean. She is the fist and also the heart. And despite her hatred for N, she supports him in his endeavors, and despite losing a chance at becoming a devil, the highest honor one could achieve in the magic user world, Noi pushes on with a bright smile and an even brighter heart. And if there's any lesson a 6-foot, 10-inch hunk of fine muscle can teach us, friends, it's to always make the best out of a bad situation and stick by your friends and family through thick and thin. Plus, N's rich, so free housing.